Today, we will share some exciting news about the global semiconductor market. It's been quite a journey since 2022, and we've seen a surprising decline in demand, especially for memory chips. Some significant players like Kioxia, Micron, and SK Hynix had to make tough decisions and cut production in the first quarter of this year. So, if you don't want to miss any of these updates, keep watching the video. Challenges for memory chips since 2022. Since 2022, you may have noticed a decline in demand in the global semiconductor market, and things are getting even more challenging for memory chips. Companies like Kioxia, Micron, and SK Hynix have taken a hit and cut their production during the first quarter of this year. As a result, the demand for memory chips is still sluggish, leading to falling prices. The first quarter performance. As a significant player in the industry, Samsung faced some challenges. Their first quarter revenue dropped by 18% year-on-year, with operating profit taking a staggering 95% hit and net profit experiencing an 86.1% year-on-year decline to 1.57 trillion won. Samsung Semiconductor business faces significant losses. As the largest source of revenue for Samsung Electronics, their semiconductor business had a significant loss of up to 4.58 trillion won. This compelled Samsung to make tough decisions and announce memory chip production cuts during their first quarter earnings meeting. Navigating through challenging times. However, there's more to the story. Samsung Electronics recently released its second quarter earnings report. While operating income for the quarter was 60 trillion won, it still represented a decline of 22.28% compared to the previous year. Operating profit at 668.5 billion won also took a huge hit, plunging 95% year-on-year. Despite these challenging times, Samsung increased net profit by 9.6% compared to the first quarter, reaching 1.72 trillion won. Nevertheless, it's still an 84.5% decrease compared to last year's period. Impressive performance of SGC's Samsung display in Q2. Specifically, you'll be interested to know that SGC's Samsung display achieved a consolidated revenue of 7.71 trillion won in the second quarter with an operating profit of 1.1 trillion won. On the other hand, the mobile experience MX and web business consolidated revenue for the same period amounted to an impressive 25.6 trillion won, generating an operating profit of 3.0 trillion won. Additionally, the visual display and digital appliance business contributed significantly, with consolidated revenue reaching 14.4 trillion won, resulting in an operating profit of 0.7 trillion. A closer look at Device Solution, DS Department. Now, let's talk about the impact of memory chip production cuts on Samsung's electronic semiconductor business, specifically their Device Solution or DS Department. In the second quarter, their revenue amounted to 14.73 trillion won, which unfortunately represents a substantial 48% decline compared to the 28.5 trillion won achieved in the same period last year. Despite this setback, the operating profit loss was somewhat reduced, totaling up to 4.36 trillion won. While it's still challenging, it's worth noting that it's a narrowing of losses compared to the 4.58 trillion won loss in the first quarter. This indicates that Samsung's production cuts for memory chips had some effect in mitigating the impact. Continuing memory chip cuts amid expectations of rebound. Bloomberg has some interesting insights into Samsung's electronic plans for the future. They intend to continue cutting memory chip output throughout the year, especially focusing on NAND chips. However, the good news is they also anticipate a rebound in electronics demand during the second half. This expectation further reinforces positive growth prospects for the global tech industry. Samsung is also keen on capitalizing on AI-driven demand, which they believe will emerge before the end of the year. Additionally, they foresee a gradual recovery in memory demand during the second half of this year. Samsung's vision for 2024, doubling high bandwidth memory production capacity. In 2024, Samsung has ambitious plans to double the high bandwidth memory production capacity, or HBM. This move will enhance their ability to work seamlessly with chips supporting artificial intelligence applications. While the overall memory chip inventory peaked in May, Samsung acknowledges that production cuts will persist throughout this year, with a special focus on NAND chips. The company believes these measures are necessary to navigate the current market challenges effectively. Samsung's crucial role as a memory industry gauge. Samsung serves as a crucial gauge for the $160 billion memory industry. During prosperous economic times, there has been a rapid expansion of capacity, resulting in inventory inflation. To address this, Samsung has taken a significant step by implementing production cuts. Their history of consistent production during industry downturns makes this decision vital. Samsung's short-term production adjustments. Samsung is proactively making short-term production adjustments. Although the short-term plan has been adjusted, they have high expectations for firm demand in the medium to long term. To maintain the necessary clean room standards and strengthen technical leadership, Samsung is committed to continued infrastructure investment and increasing the proportion of R&D investment. They're also aggressively pursuing opportunities in the artificial intelligence realm, aiming to capitalize on the AI wave. Out of their 14.5 trillion won quarterly capex, more than 90% will be dedicated to wafer expansion of production facilities. Expanding production facilities in AI pursuits. According to the co-CEO of Samsung Electronics and president of the semiconductor business, Samsung's mass production of the 4nm fab at their Tyler, Texas, USA plant is scheduled to commence by the end of 2024. Additionally, they plan to establish more production bases in Pyeongtaek, South Korea. Navigating the weak consumer electronics market. The current state of the consumer electronics market remains weak. Samsung's mobile phones, for instance, experienced a decline of 53 million units shipped in the second quarter, marking a 14% year-on-year decrease. Contributing factors include rate hikes, inflation, and weakened global demand for IT products. Nonetheless, Samsung Electronics remains optimistic, expecting the mobile phone market to return to year-on-year growth in the second half of the year, with a particular focus on the high-end market. Anticipating profit growth. Industry analysts anticipate Samsung Electronics profits to improve starting from the fiscal third quarter. This projection is based on the belief that the semiconductor cycle has likely reached its bottom amid industry-wide production cuts. Furthermore, the surge in AI-driven demand for memory chips produced by more advanced processes is expected to play a role in this positive trajectory. And that completes our video for today. We hope you enjoyed learning the updates and struggles of Samsung. Which of them are you most excited about? Tell us in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Techbros for more content such as this.